Hello friends, how you doing? How you doing? I'm doing okay. It's Memorial Day weekend, so I'm just chilling. Anyway, so today I want to bring you a video that kind of goes along with a video that I did not long ago. I had a lot of response on that video, but the video was the top 7 YouTube channels to help you detail better. Well, the reason that I made that video was for the beginners. Now, the other channels, in my opinion, they were more geared to help those people that are second year detailers. And because that's what I am, I'm going to bring you the second year detailer YouTube channels to maybe help you up your game, master your craft. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So, I'm not going to stand here and talk all day. We're just going to get on with it. Number 5 on my list is DIY Detail. Now, I particularly like this channel because I can learn quite a bit about the exterior. For example, they have a lot of conversation, tips, and tricks also that helped me to kind of understand the paints better, to understand, the difference between soft paint and not so soft paint. And it was very helpful to me to go back and refer to Ivan's videos on using a rotary polisher. That is, when my dad put that in my face, I was actually very afraid of it because I didn't know how to use a polisher in that kind. And so when I watched his videos and listened to his explanations, I was able to work myself past the fear of using the polisher. He just had a simple way of breaking it down. And there's kind of a weird little thing. He's got the voice that's calming. And so when it's calming, it kind of helps me to be able to focus in and hear what he has to say and be able to take that information away. Now, I want to also point out that they have a podcast, they have guests on, they also talk about a plethora of subjects, and there is a lot of good conversation with a lot of good information in there, basically from Ivan's experience and Nick's experience. So I really, whenever I get a chance, I get to sit down, I will sit down and watch those, and I usually catch them on the replay. But if you don't watch them or follow them or subscribe to them, go do that. It's definitely worth it, especially if you want to up your exterior game. So number 4 on my list is Miranda Detailing. I have those two on my list on my first video, but these two, they cover quite a bit of material in their videos. You may find things for beginners, but you're also going to find things for those of us who have a little bit more experience. They also cover a few of the little harder subjects, such as ceramic coating and stuff like that. Here's a little secret. If you are new to my channel, I have never done a ceramic coating. So I'm just not there yet, but maybe one day. But this is the man I am going to refer back to learn what I need to learn about doing that. But I just want to make sure that I put them into this list because I feel like Phil always has the information that you may need, and trying the products that he does and using them in real time, I find that extremely helpful. Maybe you will too. So go over there and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss stuff. So number 3 on my list is Jamie the Cleaner. Now, I found his channel early on. However, I didn't watch it very often. I watched his shorts, but I didn't watch it very often because, to be honest with you, I was not far enough into my journey to really understand some of the things that he was talking about. He was covering products and stuff that just were way above my head. It took me to get further into my journey in the last 6 months at least for me to be able to understand and take in more of the information that he had to offer. He also has a podcast, The Cleaner Cast, and he has lots of guests. There's good conversation, lots of good laughs. I definitely encourage somebody to go and watch that. And I also think you're going to have a blast because the bantering back and forth between him and Mr. Eddie Cologne is hilarious. You just need those laughs in your life. But anyway, go subscribe to Jamie's channel. So number 2 on my list is Detailing's Class Clown, Eddie Cologne with EC Details. I love this guy. I love the humor. Him and his family have been through you know what, but they still laugh. They still enjoy themselves. They work together. I mean, hey, you just can't beat that. I love the family man thing. I just really enjoy his videos. The fat man stuff and all of that just cracks me up. But more than that, he does have some good information. Now, he covers a majority of his content is covering products, but he uses those in real time. So you are able to see what they can do. He also makes sure that you have a discount code and a link to go get what you want to go get. But it's the information that is important. Now, I also want to make sure I point out that he has his Keep It Real podcast, and that podcast is just like Jamie's podcast. It's hilarious. They just have fun. Him and JB, all the guests. It's just a good time, and definitely you can pull away information anytime you're on the channel. But sometimes, when we, like with Ivan, we could use the calming voice, but at other times we really need the humor in our lives. So the other thing I mentioned, that he was a family man. I love it when his daughters get involved. That is something that I take to heart. I've explained this to you before. Having that family is, you can't beat that. Yeah, I just don't know how to express that. Having that family is probably one of the best things, and then having the family and appreciating them is even more so. And when we see that, that helps us to appreciate him, if that makes any sense. Anyway, one of these days, maybe I'll make it onto his podcast. Maybe I can get that reward, an accomplishment reward, when I hit 1K. Hey, you never know. Anyway, he does show a lot of the detailing and stuff that he does, but he's fun. Head over there, hit that subscribe button. If you are not already following him, you will love it. Alrighty, friends, so we've made it through the first 4. So now the number 1 spot goes to somebody I feel is going to be most beneficial to those of us with 2nd, 3rd, and 4th year experience, and we just want to up our game. We want to learn about products. We want to see those products used. We want to be able to relate to this person, and I just think this person is an all-around great person to be able to pull that information from. We don't always agree on everything, but that's okay. There is still a ton of information I have been able to pull from this channel. So the number 1 spot goes to Attention to Details with Chelsea. So of course Chelsea has to get the number 1 spot. Ladies are always number 1. Ladies first. Just teasing. Chelsea's channel is, in my opinion, especially in this last year, I have run into a couple of problems. It's kind of like Serrano's mobile channel. When I run into problems, I go to her channel or I go to his channel. And I'm usually able to solve those problems between the two of them. So I just suggest that you subscribe. She has a way, again, with a calming voice, she has a way of explaining the products she's using. why she's using them. She explains what she's doing in her detail, why she's doing it that way in her detail. She goes over the products. She's not afraid to use regular products. It doesn't always have to be the specialty products. And I just feel like everybody can take something away from Chelsea's channel. So I've always said, especially coming from the trucking industry, if you get to a point where you quit learning, it's time for you to sell your equipment and go find something else to do, because you should never ever quit learning, especially with the plethora of vehicles that we're going to work on. So for the experienced detailer, the number one channel that I feel everybody should be a part of, that is Attention to Details with Chelsea, because I feel like you're going to benefit from it probably as much as me, if not more. Alrighty, friends, so that is my top 5 YouTube channels to watch if you are a second to at least that 5-year mark detailer. These channels are going to help you up your game, really put a little spin on your craft and help you master it even more. I know they've helped me quite a bit, but you know, I had to get a little farther into my journey in order for these channels to really help me. But in the end, follow those who you feel a connection with. That is the most important, because if you feel like you have a connection or you can relate to them in some form or fashion, you're going to take more away from the information that they provide you. So with that, thanks for hanging out on my channel, guys. I sure do appreciate it. Smash that subscribe button for me. I would love to have you. And make sure you go and subscribe to all 5 of those channels if you are not already. And until our next video, guys, we'll see you later.